Hey there, Pocket here with MMORPG, bringing you the #1 reason that I'm gonna play Star Wars. It's about time! #1. So between the time that I first started the countdown and now, I've had a lot of people speculate what the #1 reason that I am playing Star Wars will be. And most of that speculation has actually summed up to, well, it's Star Wars. Between the movies, the books, the TV shows, and various other Star Wars things, well, it's kind of hard to deny the fact that it is Star Wars, and that is a huge reason that a lot of people are playing the game. It is awesome to swing a lightsaber or even have a blaster. It is awesome that you get a speeder. You get to see Jawas in the game. And it's hard to deny the fact that seeing a Hutt for the first time in-game is actually quite awesome. The fact that it is Star Wars is really important to a lot of people, and it will be getting a lot of people playing the game that probably wouldn't normally play MMOs, or perhaps are tired from your typical fantasy MMOs. And I do have to admit myself, playing Star Wars The Old Republic is quite refreshing compared to the other high fantasy MMOs that have been releasing lately. But, all of this being said, this is not the reason I chose for #1. Star Wars is awesome, but BioWare really took questing to the next level with this game. Those of you who knew me before I played the game knew I was also quite skeptical on playing the game, because even though BioWare really sold the fact that their questing was going to be fun and their game was going to be awesome, I was just skeptical because it's BioWare. They make great console single-player games, but do they make good MMORPGs? Well, we had yet to find out. But now that I've actually played the game, and I've gotten into the questing, and I've even played, the PvP and done flashpoints, I can say with confidence that this game is actually quite amazing. It definitely surpassed my expectations. So yes, as shocking as this may be, especially to people who really know me, questing is the #1 reason that I am playing Star Wars. So for those of you who don't know me, well, let me just say that I am not a huge fan of questing in games. I'm not. I think it's boring, I think it's a grind, and I don't mind grind, but it's just not engaging. It feels more like a chore where the ultimate goal is to hit max level and not to enjoy the questing itself. But for the first time in an MMO, I feel like the questing is less of a chore. My ultimate goal isn't to hit 50, but rather to get to the next quest to see what happens in my story. I mean, is this the case for every single quest I'm on? Certainly not. It's really not. But it is the case for a lot of the quests that I end up on. BioWare did a really awesome job at getting the player engaged into their character at such an early level. I've had to make tough calls as early as level 6 and 7, and have made tough calls since then. Now certainly let me add that quests are still quests, which are quests where you go and you kill people or you collect things. They're still quests. But the fact that they basically added a completely new layer onto the questing system is what makes it enjoyable and what makes it engaging. Sure, you're gonna go kill those 10 mobs and you're gonna come back and talk to this dude and he's gonna give you some green item that you already kinda got out while killing mobs. And I'm not gonna lie, that can get kind of dull, but the fact that you want to see what happens to your character next is what drives you to complete these quests. Not to mention that there are also companion quests. If you hit a certain affection level with your companions, you will start to engage in quests with them, where you have to go and you have to complete things for them. It's really interesting that now you're not only molding your own character, but you're molding your companions as well. And it's awesome to see where their story goes and where it ends up. It's like you're the evil mastermind of this world. It's amazing. And I'm sure I don't have to go into this, but I am going to. You do get light side and dark side points because of the quest, which is another driving motive to doing the quests. I personally went dark side on my Jedi Consular in the live release, and I have enjoyed it so far. It does affect where your story goes, and the story will change depending on what decisions you made. Not to mention the visual effects that your character will go through should you stick with dark side. So what are the rewards of going dark side or light side? Well, there are vendors that unlock items at different tiers. This includes armor, but it also includes relics, which are important to have as you're leveling up or even PvPing. These said relics also have light side or dark side effects. Like as a Jedi with the 2 relics I have, they have quite dark effects. Like, you see, this one has the lightning effect from a Sith, and this one, well, it just looks evil. Overall, the point I want to drive is that I do feel engaged and invested in my character enough that I do want to keep leveling it. Every now and then I do take a break from the questing via flashpoints or PvP, but I do still want to continue doing all the quests. I want to see where my character goes, and this is something that I really did not expect, but I am also quite relieved to find in this game.
So there you have it, the #1 reason, questing. Something I thought I would never say, especially considering how skeptical I was. Those of you that watch me on other shows, or maybe have heard me talk in the past, know just how skeptical I was about the questing and whether it would really engage me to the point that I wanted to keep playing. That's a huge problem I have with other games, but I don't need to go back into this because I already did. Awesome! Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook. Also, head on over to MMORPG.com to check out more game reviews, commentaries, analysis, and top 10s. Yeah.